If I told you 5 letters could decide whether your dinner becomes dinner or a full-body regret experience, would you believe me? Here's the scary part. Most dangerous food doesn't look dangerous. It looks delicious. It smells normal. It tastes fine. And that's why the most common food safety mistake isn't bad cooking. It's confidence. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to give you the 5 C's of food safety, the same controls agencies teach worldwide, using true outbreak stories that forced real regulatory change. And once you learn these, you'll never look at a buffet table the same way again. First C, the one that catches problems before your kitchen even touches the food. Different countries use different memory tricks, but they're basically teaching the same controls. The World Health Organization teaches keys like keep clean, separate raw and cooked, cook thoroughly, and keep food at safe temperatures, plus use safe water and raw materials. In the US, the home message is the 4 steps: clean, separate, cook, chill. In the UK, businesses learned the 4 C's: cleaning, cooking, chilling, cross-contamination. So today we're using the most practical hybrid, the 5 C's: check, clean, cook, chill, cross-contamination. And yes, check is the one most people forget because it's not dramatic until it is. Check means verify the food is what you think it is and still safe. Because some hazards don't care how clean your kitchen is. They arrive already dangerous, or they're invisible to your senses. Here are 4 fast check habits that prevent disasters. 1. Date labels aren't universal. In the UK and EU style guidance, use by is safety. Don't eat it after that, even if it looks fine. In the US, most dates, except infant formula, are often about quality, not a federally standardized safety deadline. So, check means understand what dates mean where you live, and don't guess. 2. Packaging integrity matters. Bulging, leaking, broken seals, badly dented cans, don't play hero. Some toxins, like botulinum toxin, can't be seen, smelled, or tasted, and a tiny taste can be deadly. Check is your first firewall. 3. Safe raw materials and water. Sometimes the problem starts on the farm or in the supply chain. Washing at home has limits. 4. Allergens. This one is pure information risk. Allergens don't get killed by cooking the way people assume. Verification is everything. Label checks, ingredient confirmation, and preventing cross-contact. Want proof that check can literally rewrite laws? Let's talk about a health food that forced Europe to change the rules. In 2011, Europe had a devastating outbreak linked to sprouts. Yes, the food everyone thinks is the cleanest thing on the plate. The agent was a Shiga toxin producing E. coli strain, and the crisis triggered major changes, specifically tighter traceability requirements for sprouts and seeds and updated microbiological criteria for sprouts. That's check in action. Sourcing, traceability, and upstream controls, because you can't sanitize your way out of a problem that arrived at the door. Now, check keeps hazards out. But most outbreaks don't begin with a villain monologue. They begin with one very normal thing: a human being touching something. Next, C, clean, and the one pathogen that turns one sick worker into a whole outbreak. Clean sounds obvious until you realize how many outbreaks are transfer-driven. The food can be perfectly fine until it touches contaminated hands, cloths, or surfaces, especially with ready-to-eat foods. The headline organism here is norovirus, the "I got sick from that salad" virus. It spreads person to food incredibly easily. And here's one of the most powerful rules you'll ever teach a team. If you're sick, especially with vomiting or diarrhea, don't cook. And for food workers, guidance commonly emphasizes staying home until at least 48 hours after symptoms stop. Because you can sanitize the counter all day, but if the contamination source is still clocked in, the kitchen is basically running uphill in flip-flops. And yes, your "I'm tough, I'll power through" attitude is admirable, but norovirus does not respect grit. Now, even if you're perfectly clean, there's a faster route to illness than undercooked food. It's moving pathogens from raw to ready to eat. Next, C, cross-contamination, the mistake that turns one raw chicken into a kitchen-wide crime scene. Cross-contamination means keeping raw foods away from ready-to-eat foods, physically, logically, and habitually. Because raw meat juices aren't just wet, they're a delivery system. Fast rules that save people. Separate boards and knives. Store raw meats below ready-to-eat foods in the fridge. No drip roulette. Don't reuse marinades unless boiled. Clean and sanitize tools after raw contact. And here's the part professionals appreciate. Cross-contamination isn't only bacteria, it's allergens too, where tiny amounts can matter. But what if the contamination happened before it even got to your kitchen? Let's talk about a lettuce outbreak traced not to a restaurant, but to water. In 2018, a U.S. outbreak linked to romaine lettuce showed a hard truth. Sometimes contamination starts upstream, water sources, environment, growing conditions. That's why check and cross-contamination aren't just kitchen rules. They're farm-to-fork controls. And it's also why "I washed it" is not a magic spell. Washing helps with dirt, but it can't reliably undo every upstream contamination event. So if clean and cross keep hazards from spreading, what actually kills pathogens? That's the C everyone talks about. Cook. And the outbreak that made "looks done" officially unacceptable. Cook is your kill step. Heat, applied correctly, reduces pathogens. And this is where thermometers stop being extra and become the main character. Because undercooking is especially risky in poultry, ground meats, where bacteria can be mixed throughout, reheated leftovers, where you need to heat through evenly. A good safety mindset is don't trust color, don't trust vibes, trust the measurement. And if you want the clearest case study in modern food safety history, it's the early 90s hamburger outbreak linked to a restaurant chain, where undercooked burgers led to severe E. coli illnesses and deaths. That era shifted how seriously cooking controls were taken in practice and policy. But here's the twist. A lot of outbreaks don't happen because food wasn't cooked. They happen after cooking, when food sits in the most dangerous place on Earth for bacteria, lukewarm. Next, C, chill, and why cold is a pause button, not a delete button. Chill means controlling time and temperature so microbes can't multiply fast. The World Health Organization describes a danger zone roughly from 5 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius, where microorganisms grow quickly. U.S. consumer messaging often uses 40 degrees Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit and the 2-hour rule, or 1 hour if it's very hot out. By the way, if you want a deeper, story-driven breakdown of the temperature danger zone, the exact range, the time rules, and why it matters, I've got a full video on that right here on the channel. Go watch that next. But here's what people get wrong. Cold is not a kill step. It slows growth. That's it. And some pathogens can persist in cold environments, which is why outbreaks can happen in chilled foods, especially ready-to-eat foods where there's no final cooking step. This is also why you'll hear food safety people obsess over cooling leftovers properly. Shallow containers, rapid cooling. Don't leave big pots out to cool down, because warm food plus time equals microbial multiplication, and in some cases, toxin formation. Want the perfect example of reheating won't save you? Let's talk about the most famous rice story in food safety training. Bacillus cereus is the classic lesson in why time-temperature abuse matters. Cooked rice left warm too long can allow Bacillus cereus to grow, and some strains can produce toxins that survive reheating. So yes, you can heat it up and still regret it. This is why chill isn't optional. It's not about making the food cold. It's about stopping the timeline where microbes become a crowd. And now, the final magic move. How to put all 5 C's together in a way you can actually remember under pressure. Here's the 5 C's cheat code. Check. Dates, packaging, water, source, allergens. Your senses aren't enough. Clean. Hands, cloths, surfaces. And don't cook when sick, especially not with stomach bugs. Cross-contamination. Raw away from ready to eat. Prevent drips, shared boards, shared utensils. Cook. Heat is the kill step. Use a thermometer when risk is higher. Chill. Cold slows growth. Don't let food sit in the danger zone. Cool leftovers fast. If you do nothing else after this video, stop treating food safety like a single moment. It's a chain, and the 5 C's protect the chain. Myth. If it smells fine, it's safe. Reality. Some toxins and pathogens can't be detected by senses. Myth. Washing makes it safe. Reality. Washing has limits when contamination is upstream. Myth. Cold kills bacteria. Reality. Cold slows growth. It's not a kill step. Myth. Reheating fixes everything. Reality. Not always. Some toxins can persist. Myth. Food safety is just bacteria. Reality. Allergens and chemicals exist, and cook and chill won't solve them. The best food safety systems aren't paranoid. They're predictable. The 5 C's are memorable because they reflect how outbreaks really happen. What gets in, what spreads, what kills, what grows, and what can't be fixed after the fact. So next time you cook, shop, serve, or audit, run the 5 letters. Check, clean, cook, chill, cross-contamination. Because the goal isn't to make food scary, it's to make safety automatic.